This is a short video about the required elements of an introductory paragraph. First off, I want to stipulate that in high school, usually the first sentence of an essay in the first paragraph is taught that it is the hook sentence. In college essay writing, this is not true. Writing a hook sentence is when you're writing for publication and you want to hook the public into reading the full magazine article. Writing an essay for college is written for ease of grading. So the professor that is grading your essay should be able to read the first sentence and tell whether or not you are on topic. And so the first sentence of the introductory paragraph is the topic sentence. And it should hold the 5 W's. The 5 W's are who, what, when, where, why, and how about the topic. And it's all in one sentence and it flows. So an example follows. Heterochromia is when a person has multicolored eyes, whether each or within, and is genetically or medically acquired. So let's find it. What is it? Heterochromia. Who is it? A person. When, genetics, so it's when they're born or medically acquired. Where, it's in their eyes. Why and how, it is genetic or medically acquired. That can both be the same thing. So you have all 5 W's in that sentence. So the professor can read that sentence and say, okay, that's what I assigned them, so they're on topic. Now, sentences 2 through 9 can contain the information needed for the reader to understand the topic. Now, your professor is going to understand the topic, but he wants to see if you understand the topic. And so it can contain people associated with it. Who has heterochromia? 6 out of 10,000 people, I think I read. Places, it can be in one eye, in both eyes, it's whatever. Events, certain events associated with this. And so events or people can also be like famous people with heterochromia, and you can have that. Statistics, like I said, 6 out of 10,000 people have it. It's mostly female. Definitions. There are 3 types of heterochromia, so you would define them. Quotations. Look up a famous quotation about heterochromia by someone. The history of heterochromia. Where did it come from? What particular people genetically does it originate with? And anything else needed. Now, that sentence is 2 through 9 because at this stage, every paragraph that you write is 10 sentences or more. And by the end of the semester, you should be writing 15-sentence paragraphs. So before we get to that last one, let me tell you about a trick in writing. Hold on. Let me find it. And I passed it. There it is. Trick. Trick in writing. After you write a sentence, ask yourself, is there a sentence needed to explain it? So if I wrote that there are three types of heterochromia, what would the next sentence be? The next sentence would be to list those 3 types. And then the next sentence or 3 sentences would be to list what each one of those types were defined as, what each attribute was for showing it. So always ask yourself after you write a sentence, do I need a sentence to explain that? And then you have another sentence racked up toward your 10. Okay, so after the internal sentences, you have the last sentence of the first paragraph, sentence 10. This one's really important. It's always worth a lot of points. It is the thesis statement. Now, the thesis statement has to be in this formula. It's not a complicated, long, drawn-out sentence. I find a lot of high school students taught that. It is not. It's very clear so that when the professor reads it, he can see, okay, they understand the topic, they've taken a stance on it, what's believed about it, and they have 3 things that they're 3 pieces of evidence that they're going to use to substantiate their theory. So it is in this formula. What is believed, the word because, and then the 3 reasons. And it should flow as a sentence. Always 3 reasons, Never 2, 4, 5, etc. It's always 3 reasons. All the way through graduate school, when I did a 170-page paper, it was always 3 reasons. Now, keep in mind, you'll write a paragraph. When you choose those 3 reasons, the next 3 paragraphs in a 5-paragraph essay are going to be about those. So when you're picking out those reasons, keep it in the back of your mind. Can I write 10 sentences about this? If you can't, pick something else. If you can and you're assured that you will be able to, choose that topic. Choose that one of the 3 reasons. But if you have a reason that you don't think you're going to be able to get 10 fully developed sentences out of, you need to choose something else. Okay, so let's look at an example of a thesis statement. Header in the formula. What is believed? Heterochromia should be studied. The word because. Now the 3 reasons. It is passed genetically, can be acquired medically, and can indicate particular conditions. 3 reasons. What is believed? Heterochromia should be studied. Then the word because. Then the 3 reasons. 1, 2, 3. Do not number them in your paragraph. So you should be able to write a thesis statement by the end of this semester so easily because we're going to practice it. 10 sentences is a must for the beginning writer in this class. Here is the trick. If you need to ask yourself if there's something else that you need, often the explanation can be an example. So if I said heterochromia is more prevalent in certain eye colors, for example, green eye color is only in 3% of the population, and heterochromia is only 1% of the 3%. You can go into an example. Or heterochromia can be 2 different colors in a different color for each eye. For example, one eye may be blue, one eye may be green. Or heterochromia is sometimes mistaken for hazel eyes. For example, hazel eyes are a mixture of colors, but heterochromia has the sunflower in it, period. So you can use that. So to recap, the introductory paragraph must have the following. Sentence 1, it must contain the 5 W's: who, what, where, when, how, and why. Sentences 2 through 9, they should contain the information necessary for the reader to more fully understand the topic. Number 3, the thesis sentence. Hold on, let me correct that before we even go any further. We don't want someone thinking it is more than one sentence. The thesis sentence. It must be in the formula of what is believed, the word because, and the 3 reasons why. Now, I think this will help you, and I'm looking forward to reading your paragraphs.